Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this house the biggest struggle is trying to find a place to keep my phone stable, and I don't have money right now to buy a tripod stand or anything. So if you like, you can gift me a tripod stand, send me money or just deliver the tripod stand to my address. Just kidding, not trying to plant any ideas into your head, or maybe I am. So today's story time will be, you have already guessed it from the title. And just so you know that these story times are sent by anonymous people to me, and I'm just here to narrate their stories. These are not my stories. I'm not claiming any ownership on these stories. Also, FYI, these stories will be narrated in a first person narrative. So if you don't like it, then, and if you like it, subscribe to my channel. It's a threat, by the way. You have to subscribe to my channel. So, I was 15, young, delusional, and also a little bit mentally unstable because I always ignored all the kinds of red flags when I was into this relationship. Maybe because it was my first relationship and I didn't know how to do any better, so I kept ignoring them. So, let's go to the place where it all started. It started at school, and this guy, I had a crush on this guy for a really long time. I really wanted to be his girlfriend, and I was ready to do anything for him to notice me. But what I didn't realize is that days were good when he didn't notice me. It all started going haphazard when he started noticing me. But here's the problem, right? I was never his type. I knew that. I knew that very well. And I didn't have any high hopes that he will like me or he will fall in love with me or anything. I was not his type. Honestly, this is the reason why I really started questioning everything a bit when he started to show interest in me. And I couldn't really believe it at first. But life, love happens, shit starts going wrong, and we can't control our heart all of a sudden. Our brain stops working. All we see is red, like the aesthetic red when we are in love. So we had one optional subject, and me and his subjects were the same. So what happened was, we were shifted to a different room. The students who had the same subjects, they were shifted to a different room, and we used to study together. And as soon as the class finished, we would shift back to our original rooms and start with our regular classes. So I was gathering everything, trying to get up and leave the room. The class ended, and he came up to me, and all of a sudden he asked me out. And I couldn't believe it. Obviously, I was like, "Sir, are you okay? Are you lost? Are you lost, dear child?" But he was not lost. He knew what he was doing, and he said that he liked me. I couldn't believe my ears, and also, as mentioned beforehand, I had the emotional judgment of a goldfish. So I didn't even think twice. I didn't even ask him that I need some time to think about it or anything. I just said, "Yeah, okay, sure," that kind of a reaction. And he said, "Okay, so are you free tomorrow?" And I said, "Yes." I was not free tomorrow, by the way. I had a tuition class which I planned to bunk immediately. Without any second thoughts, I planned to bunk it. So I said, "Yes, I'm free tomorrow. What do you want to do?" So after 3-4 months of dating, I called him one day for a group study session. And don't mind me, I'm not that fool. I was not that fool. So I also called three of my other friends who were also like mutual friends with him, and one of them also didn't like him, by the way. Just to mention, she was constantly telling me to keep my distance from him, which I didn't care about her opinion. Who are you even? I want to ruin my life. It's in my hands. It's my life. Fuck you. That kind of reaction. So yeah, he came one day to my house, and I introduced him as my friend to my family. And since other people were also present, my family didn't bat an eye. They, my mom served all of them snacks as well. And yeah, she was okay with me studying, just books, just vibing, some group of teenagers, just trying to live their life. Thinking back at it, I think they had this master pet kind of relationship with a snake. You are feeding a snake, you are trying to make it a loyal pet, but no matter how much you try, it's not moving from its place. It's not changing its nature or anything. So my confidence was really boosted after that day went so well, and I started calling him more to my house. And I made sure that at least one of my other friends were also present. And this is how the day came. After dating for a solid 6-7 months, he started coming to my house even more often. Okay, and by that time, my parents were pretty sure that he is just a friend. And although he started coming alone, all by himself, my parents didn't bother. Like, they were not even that strict. They were not so much open as brown parents that they would allow a 15-year-old to date, but they were okay with me having male friends. So he saw this as a perfect opportunity to ruin my life, and he started coming more often, and that's how it all started. So I had this neighbor, of course, and she was 30. Yeah, by that time. I don't know who the real villain is, by the way. Anyways, so she was 30, and that kind of person, not trying to shame anyone over here, but those kind of people who really like to laugh more, talk more, interact more when they are around teenagers, right? And she was that kind of person, and she was really pretty. She was really pretty. She is, I don't know, she is still pretty, I guess. I sometimes stalk her Facebook account, and she is really pretty. So yeah, I guess she was his type as well. She was very confident, and I think she was a teacher at school. And now that I think of it, I just want to go to her school and talk to the principal. Like, she is teaching teenagers. She is teaching teenagers, right? And the teenagers are not safe around her. She's a fucking pedo. My god. Okay, this pedo, we'll call her pedo from now on. Pedo used to come to my house, and we were not that close, but my parents and her parents, they were kind of friends. Okay, the neighborly vibes and everything. So she once came to my house when he was also present. My ex-boyfriend, he was also present that time, and I since she came without a notice, I introduced him to her. And little did I know, that's how it all is going to start. And what I really started noticing is that this fucking stupid boyfriend of mine, he really started laughing a lot when he is around her. Like, when you are with me, you are not having that much fun. You are always having more fun when you are around her. So that was quite shady. But yeah, I couldn't, like, I was 15 as well. I couldn't be suspicious of a man flirting with a 30-year-old. It didn't even occur to me during that time. So, the day. There was another group study session, and it was a real group study session, not that we were trying to fool around or anything. It was a real group study session, and he went to the bathroom, this man, and there were constant messages in his phone. It was constantly ringing, and I remember one of my friend also told him to put his phone on silent because it was really bothering us. We were preparing for a class test, and it was quite serious, but he didn't listen. At some point, I really felt like the person who was messaging him was so important that he cannot put his phone on silent mode. He needs to read that message right at that moment. In this group study session, his best friend was also present, and his best friend somehow knew his phone password, which he didn't give me, which this man didn't give me. I remember once asking for his password, and he had all these puppy eyes, and he looked at me and said, "So you don't trust me?" And I was such an idiot that I was like, "Oh, okay, if it's bothering you so much, you don't have to give me the password. Like, girl, please get your shit together. You will get men. You are not that desperate. You don't need to be that desperate. You are going to get men. Please be confident for at least once in your life. Okay, so he was in his bathroom and his phone was constantly ringing, and his best friend decided to unlock the phone, and I'm glad that he did it. He unlocked his phone right in front of us. At once he opened the phone. He uttered this one name from his mouth, which I like instantly recognized. Okay, I just knew it. I just knew the name. And he went like, okay, so who is this person, this name, whatever that name is? And I didn't take a second, I immediately snatched the phone from his hand because I knew I would not get another opportunity. And guess what I found? Texts, of course, flirting, open flirting, and things like, you are so mature for your age. He's not. He's not. He is stupid as hell. That is the reason he is flirting with a 30-year-old. He is a 15-year-old. He is not mature for his age. You should know better. Do better. And him replying to these messages like, you're so pretty. I really feel so connected with you. You feel connected with an auntie? Boy, like, oh God. You feel connected to an auntie, right? Good for you. Of course, God didn't give me enough time to read all of the messages, but I just checked the last texts and everything was clear. Everything was crystal clear to me. And he was already there. He came out of the washroom and he immediately took his phone from my hand. What are you doing with my phone? What are you doing? What am I doing with your phone? What are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your life? And guess what? Before I could say anything, this man started playing victim card. I mean, how do boys know how to react to any circumstance from a very young age? And how do every man react in the same way when they are being confronted by people? How do they pull off this similar move? He was like, oh my God, I always knew that you never trusted me. And now you're questioning my character. I didn't even say anything. Who is questioning your character? I didn't even say anything. Like, oh God. And I slowly opened my mouth and I was so shocked because I never expected it, okay? I never expected that he would flirt with a 30-year-old. I never expected it. I just opened my mouth and I said, so you two are dating? You're cheating on me? Something like this. And he said, no. Oh my God, my grandma is sick. Your what? Your grandma is sick, so what should I do? Should I hang myself because your grandma is sick? I was stupefied. My friends were stupefied. His best friend was also stupefied. His best friend never imagined that this boy is so out of his mind that he is cheating on his girlfriend with a 30-year-old. None other than a 30-year-old. Like, the best person in my life, my soulmate, has to be a 30-year-old. When I'm 15, by the way. I started crying. Obviously, I started crying. And all my friends, they were looking at each other's faces. And they just knew that the group study is all over. They're all going to fail in their test. Thank God we didn't. None of us failed our tests. So they just got up and they started preparing to leave. And I just told him to leave as well, because if my parents see us together in that room and all my parents have left, they would start questioning me, obviously. And then I didn't have that mental capacity to fight with my parents as well. I had a lot going on my mind. I didn't have an ounce of energy left in my body. So I just asked him to leave and he left. he left. He immediately left. Okay, he didn't say sorry, no apologizing, nothing, as if it was his right to cheat on me. And the next day, class test, we all met. He didn't even talk to me, he didn't even look at me, nothing. So when we were leaving, we were coming out of the gate, the school was over, the classes were over, we were leaving. I suddenly saw him, and I just went towards him to talk to him. And I I had tears in my eyes, of course. I was crying again. And I just asked him one question, that for how long this is going. And he said, what do you want from me? He had this kind of face. Okay, oh, again this bitch again, oh my god, this bitch is ruining my life, this kind of face. And then he looked at me and said, I don't know, I don't remember. 1 week, 8 days, 1 week, so much connection in 1 week. Sorry, I don't buy it. And I just turned around and I left. And while I was returning home, throughout that journey, I tried to calculate for how many days they know each other. Okay, and math wasn't mathing. Okay, because I remember introducing him with this lady for like a month ago, and all of a sudden it all started, and I couldn't even get a little bit of suspicion. Math wasn't mathing. But that's where it started to click, really. It started to hit me like a truck, that okay, so even before I introduced them, there was something, there had to be something going on. And I suddenly remembered about his frequent visits to my house. And it was very random. Like I already said, he suddenly started visiting randomly, and I had to call one or the other friend of mine so that my parents wouldn't question me. And I think I am still not sure, because this man didn't reveal his true nature to me. So I just think that they knew each other much before I introduced them. Now in retrospect, I think he was funny, not so funny, but yeah. So you are dating a woman who can attend our parent teachers meeting, that kind of fun. And as I mentioned previously, I still stalk her profile sometimes, uh, very rarely, because I'm pretty busy with my life right now. I have a job, I have a boyfriend, touchwood, who really loves me for who I am. I don't know for how many days that relationship lasted. I'm pretty sure not long. Not long after they went to the bed together, I guess. Otherwise, why would a 30-year-old flirt with a 15-year-old? Doesn't make sense. And I get asked by many people, some of my friends who know this whole thing, that like, how did it even happen? Friends whom I befriended in my adulthood. When I think about it, he looked older for his age. He did look a bit older for his age, but still, didn't the woman ask for his age even for once? I'm pretty sure he knew that he is a 15-year-old, because she knew that I am a 15-year-old, and he's my classmate. He's literally my classmate. But whatever happened happened, right? We all need our lessons in life, and I'm doing much better in my life. I have healed, and I shared this incident just because I found it really fun. Now I find it really funny. At that moment it was heartbreaking, it was devastating, but now I find it really funny. So yeah, life is good, thankfully. So that's it for today, guys. If you like what I'm doing, then subscribe to my channel, and if you want to send more story times like this, then send it to me. I have shared the form link in the description box. You can just go to the link and share your story time. Goodbye, love you.